It's happened really quick, to be honest with you. It's happened, everything's quick, so I've had to take everything on board really, and just listen to what the manager's saying, the other players are saying. It's been a hard journey, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, so I want to carry on working hard and going.
Mason Greenwood to Manchester United. We're talking about his return to the club Manchester United. Hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the United chapter. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your very host, KALS-The. I'm definitely dedicated to bringing you the latest straight as it comes in. And we're talking about a very good football player, very good and wonderful football player, and that's Mason Greenwood, who's been away for something like 17 months, and right about now him being linked to a number of clubs. Definitely that shows you that he's into the business, football business again. But also, is Manchester United willing to let him go? That's something that we are going to be talking about in this very episode. All you need to do is subscribe and ring that notification bell. Start every time I come, you can definitely get a piece of my video. Anyway, let's talk about Mason Greenwood and his magic return to the club Manchester United, and what does Erik ten Hag say about this, and what is his opinion about this. You'll remember that Mason Greenwood is one of those forwards that helped Manchester United when he was on the pitch. And the fact that he got a few problems with his passing his wife, girlfriend, I must say, and he ended up in jail for quite a long period of time. He didn't go in jail actually. He's been off jail, but restricted, and a lot has been happening for the last 17 months. But there was a big possibility that Mason Greenwood would have ended up in jail for quite a long period of time. So things really have been moving on quite well for the football player, I must say, in the fact that he won that case, the fact that he is now allowed to play football again, get into transfer business, get into football business. A number of clubs have been interested in signing the football player. Quite a big number of clubs definitely wanted to sign the football player, but things have not fallen into place for them. And the fact that we are talking about football clubs like Bayern Munich, football clubs like Paris Saint-Germain are having a bit of interest in him. Definitely that shows you how good a football player he is. But leaving that aside, Manchester United is Manchester United ready to get rid of the football player? Because by the look of things, what Manchester United is lacking is a football player like Mason Greenwood. And if Manchester United can get Mason Greenwood, then probably things could be sorted. If United can get him playing again for them. But you will remember that Mason Greenwood, really, after his training that was monitored closely by Manchester United staff, it was personal training, but quite monitored by Manchester United staff. After that training really happened, Manchester United turned around and was like, we know in a position of selling the football player, we know in a position of letting him go, that will be a bit difficult for us, because we will have let quite a big talent move away from the club. So it sounds a bit strange, but Mason Greenwood really is not going anywhere, and that's what we've got, that he has no plans of leaving Manchester United. So we could see a Manchester United that really has Mason Greenwood in it, the forward section, that could be having a few football players but with Mason Greenwood. And the arrival of Mason Mount, who is a very good midfielder, has also done quite good. Mason Mount, who played his first game for Manchester United against Leeds, really, and that was a beautiful game, was quite nice to watch, with Mason Mount making his first start. Now Mason Mount, who came in from the club Chelsea, came to Manchester United from Chelsea. He's been trying his level best to make sure that he can perform quite well. His training has been on point. Everything has definitely been on point. However, Manchester United is not very active in this summer transfer window as I expected. I expected that by this time Manchester United would have a few signings in. But United has just had one signing who is really a deal that's done, sealed, and confirmed, and that's Mason Mount. But United is chasing on other football players. Manchester United is chasing on football players like Rasmus Højlund, and also with quite big links with Hurricane, though Hurricane is also been linked to Bayern Munich. So it could be a bit funny for Manchester United, you know. But I'm very confident that Erik Ten Hag has a plan. You know, he's that kind of football manager who really wants to understand what other clubs are doing, which clubs have signed who, then he can compete favorably. He can buy according to who has bought and also compete against them depending on. He's no one that really runs into buying football players then. But but also there is another hindrance factor. It's about the ownership, with Manchester United not knowing who the owner of the club is right about now, with Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani being the football, being the potential owners of the club, Manchester United. Nobody has got confirmations just as yet to see whether they have really got the club into their hands. But from the information that we are getting is that Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad could be a potential owner of the club, is a potential owner of the club, Manchester United, after beating Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So let's wait and see how all goes. Let's wait and see how really things will go with the club, Manchester United's ownership. But really, it should be settled very soon. There's quite a big number of football fans, Manchester United fans, are saying that they do not want the Glazers in. They want the Glazers to move out because it's been a long time of doing nothing but making money off the club. And that's what is annoying most Manchester United fans. Manchester United fans are really not very happy with the Glazers. Anyway, let's hope all will go well. Let's hope everything will fall into place for the club, Manchester United. And once everything is really settled by Manchester United, I think once the ownership is sorted, then there will be quite big progress when it comes to transfers, when it comes to football business in Manchester United. And not forgetting that the main topic of the day being Mason Greenwood and his magical return. There was a photo that came out recently, you know, with Manchester United, with Manchester United's football player Anthony Elanga doing quite a bit of training with Mason Greenwood. So Mason Greenwood really, from that training, from those pictures that really came out, a lot of people had to say quite a lot about his return to the club, Manchester United. But what is known is that Mason Greenwood has no intentions of leaving the club, Manchester United, unless he's forced out of the club. But him as a football player, he says he would still like and love to play for the club, Manchester United. So it's going to be a very good club. It's going to be a very good team, Manchester United. If Manchester United can really figure out things and get this deal out of the line, you really Manchester United need to finalize with Mason Greenwood. You know, with Manchester United recently coming out and saying that they're making a private investigation and they're going to be making a final decision about this transfer. Really, that leaves Manchester United a bit behind, because the final decision shouldn't take quite a long period of time. It should just be a few moments, just a few days, I should reckon, because making an investigation where the court has already ruled the football player innocent, I don't think your private investigation should take any long. It should just be a little bit of an investigation, and you can come and give us the latest what is definitely happening. But from what we're getting is that Mason Greenwood is not very much into a move away from the club Manchester United, and neither is Manchester United into letting Mason Greenwood leave the club Manchester United. Let us know what you definitely think about Mason Greenwood and him moving to the club Manchester United. Actually not moving, but making a return to the club Manchester United. You remember that when he played alongside some time ago, when he played alongside there was quite a good thing. It was quite a good thing for him when he played with Marcus Rashford by the sides, Jadon Sancho. Definitely was always, there was quite a big collaboration in there, and they really knew how they were driving the football thing. But after him moving away, the question that stands is Mason Greenwood still the same Mason Greenwood that he was a few years ago, a year and a half ago? Is he still the same? Because quite a lot can happen within a year. And having said that, if you've had like stories about Dele Alli, loads of things have transformed. Quite a lot of stuff has transformed in just a short period of time. And that's why we are saying that the club Manchester United is looking at observing situations surrounding the football player Mason Greenwood. But that is mainly because mainly because they are not 100% sure about what he will bring to the club. Will it be the same? Will it be more, or it will be less than what was available when he, as a football player, was playing for Manchester United 17 months ago? But Mason Greenwood, I must say, Manchester United should be in a position of making him return to the club Manchester United, because United can afford his wages. That was never a problem at all. Manchester United, however, I said before, I said before, it's not only about Manchester United. It's something more than Manchester United as a team. It goes to the fans, it goes to the management, and also goes to the squad. Does the squad at Manchester United want Mason Greenwood to return? Do the fans want Mason Greenwood to return to club football? And also, what does the entire world think about Mason Greenwood after those charges that were placed on him? However, let's hope that things will keep on moving on quite well for Mason Greenwood, and he will definitely get back to the club Manchester United bigger and better. As we already know, he is in final stages of signing for the club Manchester United. Not signing, I shouldn't call it signing, but extending his contract. That's what we also got, that there is a big possibility that because his contract runs out in 2025, there's a possibility that he's going to sign a new contract even before he starts playing for Manchester United again. Anyway, I think everybody really deserves a second chance. Having said that, no matter what Mason Greenwood really did or what, I think to me, everybody deserves a second chance. And if Mason Greenwood was really, if he did something bad, I still think possibly he should get a second chance. He should really have a second chance in football. So let's hope really he gets one. As it stands right now, Manchester United is still considering a few situations, considering what the fans would think about his return, and also what the entire world would think, and also them talking to a few at the technical staff, seeing how he is playing, how his training has been. And once all this is sorted, I can guarantee you that Manchester United is not going to let the football player just move away, not even on a loan deal, as he was linked to a loan before. Mason Greenwood could be staying at the club Manchester United. So let's hope everything goes on quite well and as planned for the club Manchester United, but also for Mason Greenwood, and he can make a return to the club Manchester United. Thank you for being part of the United chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your very host, KALS. Thank you and goodbye for now.